Hello YouTube, I'm Pedro from the Wicked Cat team. Still regarding the use of wind in Unity, today I have a quick tutorial for you guys. If you enjoyed this video, remember to leave a like, and if you want more Unity 5 tutorials, remember to subscribe to our channel. Now, if you watched the last video tutorial, I show you guys how you can set a wind zone in your scene. I also show you how to set up a directional wind zone that affects all the trees in the terrain and how to customize the effect. In fact, I still have the wind zone, the wind game object here with our wind zone. So what I'm going to show you today is how you can use a wind zone to simulate the effect of a helicopter flying over the scene. To do this, I'm going to use a spherical wind zone. So for this tutorial I'm going to use the same island I have been using, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a cube game object that will work as a dummy for my helicopter. So I'm going to use the cube game object as my aircraft, but if you guys have already a 3D model of a helicopter, of a spaceship, or anything you guys want, feel free to use that. I'm just going to use the cube to exemplify how you can set the effect up. So game object, 3D object, and I'm going to create a cube that I want to move here. So still a little bit. Okay, upper end, here we go. Okay, so here we have our cube, and now what I'm going to do is to add a wind zone component to it. So add wind zone, and now we have a wind zone in our cube. The next step is to make sure the wind zone is spherical. So I'm going to wind zone mode. Right now I have directional selected. I'm going to select spherical. Okay, now we have to define the radius for the wind zone. So if you guys have a 3D model already, what you guys should do is to adjust the radius to the size of the model. However, since I'm working with a cube here, I'm going to actually use a default value, some random value for this. So I think the sphere is a little bit too big, so I'm going to set it like this. Okay, let's set it to 7, for example. Okay. And now we are going to set the other parameters to simulate the effect of an helicopter passing by. So before you're going on, just remember that the spherical mode makes the wind blows outwards within the sphere that is defined by the radius that we just set to 7. Okay, so just keep that in mind. And next we are going to adjust the following values in our component. On the main value, I'm going to set it to 3, for example. On turbulence, I'm going to set it to 5, pulse magnitude to 0.1, and frequency I'm going to change it to 1. Okay, so let me just see if you can actually see the cube in our scene. Yes, everything seems to work. And now if we press play, the wind should blow around the tree, the cube I mean. Yeah, so right now for this to actually see the effect, you need to change it. If I'm going to make it go up, yeah, so what I'm going to do actually is to I'm changing the wind zone too. What I'm going to do is I'm going to disable this wind game object, so the only wind we have in our scene is the cube, so it will be easier for you guys to see. Now I press play again, and now as you guys can see, I'm going to the scene. So as you guys can see, the wind is much stronger in this area, and as we move the wind further, let me just get a little bit. So yeah, here you can have the perfect example of what is happening. So we have our helicopter right here, and you can see the trees around the helicopter are shaking because of the wind created by the aircraft, and the others are actually still. But if we move the area of the helicopter, so yeah, the engine is taking a little bit of while. It's taking a while to adjust the values. If we actually change, you can see that these one already are stopping, and now we have the exact same effect on these trees right here. So okay guys, here you have it. This is how you create helicopter effects, wind effects of the helicopter in Unity. So like I said, this was a very quick tutorial. So remember, you can always change the values I set here in order to better suit your game. And remember, the radius I used 7, but you should adjust it to your aircraft. And okay, I hope you guys enjoy it, and see you in the next tutorial. Until then, have a nice day.